Max Verstappen on the front row, alongside Charles Leclerc on pole. The fourth time this season, those two have shared the front row, and it's Leclerc who leads the championship ahead of Max Verstappen. Those two have given us some delight so far this season. Who's going to come out on top today? It's a bit of a guessing game because both cars, both drivers have equally good attributes.
Last car's now approaching the back of the grid.
What will happen over the course of the next 66 laps? We are about to find out. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a fairly even start. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, but Verstappen is now coming back, and Leclerc who moves over to cut him off. Carlos Sainz has already been passed by George Russell. Sergio Perez on the inside, down into turn one. Charles Leclerc has the lead from Verstappen.
Okay, Max, could I have a throttling update for the next stint, please?
Oh, that's right.
Understood.
And into the gravel goes Max Verstappen. Verstappen at turn four, now passed by Russell and his teammate Perez. Verstappen was running in second place, becomes the second car in this race to just go off at turn four, running on its own.
So Verstappen went straight at turn four.
That was a large gust entry turn four there, Max.
So kind of tailwind into crosswind? Crosswind into tailwind?
Yeah, probably a tailwind they're talking about. So that's catching. They'll be telling all the rest of the drivers on field.
Safety car window open, and be careful turn four. Verstappen and Sainz went out there.
Yeah, I think there was a gust in that lap because I struggled also a little bit.
Copy.
We are on board with Max Verstappen, who's got the DRS wide open. It's worth about 20 kilometers an hour of extra speed down that main straight. And you can see towards the end of that main straight, George Russell still ahead of Sergio Perez.
Okay, Checo, let Max have a shot. Lap 3 before 4.
Give me one more lap. Oh, miles faster.
Yep, copy, Max.
Let's give him a shot now. We pay back later.
Copy.
Well, there goes Max Verstappen past Sergio Perez. Looked very choreographed indeed by Red Bull. They've given Perez another attempt to get past George Russell, couldn't do it. So they now said, right, Max, off you go, see what you can do on this lap.
Let's to get up together.
Thank you. Stay with him.
Max, info. The DRS flap did not open last lap. Keep trying.
This happened in qualifying yesterday, down the main straight. The DRS flap didn't open for Max Verstappen. Later on in the lap, it did open. They've got problems with it. They've been working on this all the way up to the start of this Grand Prix, and you can see there's no DRS once again for Max Verstappen. This is becoming a big issue for Red Bull this weekend. Now Max Verstappen wants DRS down that main straight. Can't see it open though, Martin, can you?
And he was definitely within the zone, so that looks a bit temperamental, doesn't it? A bit hit and miss.
Gap 0.6. DRS did not open.
It's an intermittent problem. DRS was working last lap on the run down to turn 10, but not on the run down to turn 1, which is where Verstappen really does want that DRS.
Well, we can't even make DRS work, man. Unbelievable.
His point is, look, these are the absolute fundamentals, and he's driving angry.
Oh, Max Verstappen gets on the curb going through turn 8, and that was something of a save from Verstappen. That could have been a very nasty moment.
Max, I think you may have closed it last time around.
Because I'm pressing it 50 times before it opens.
Just try one button press after the curb.
It's agitation. It's not working, so I've got to press the button over and over again to make it work. And he just needs to try and keep his cool, but Martin, that's so difficult in the situation he finds himself in. What's Max Verstappen going to do here? DRS activated. Extra pace, accelerating into turn 1. Max Verstappen, is he past George Russell? George Russell squeezes through on the inside. Verstappen tries to fight him back. Now into turn 3. 3, Russell ahead by half a car length, going round the outside of turn 3, Verstappen leaves the track, Russell still ahead on the run down into turn 4. We've not seen too much between these two in terms of attack and defence before, but I am one that wants to see much more if that's what they're going to produce in the future.
And gap to Russell behind, fighting with Verstappen, 9 seconds.
No! No, what happened? Lost power.
We'll come back to you.
Leclerc travelling slowly ahead, complained of a loss of power. Expecting Leclerc to pit ahead of you.
And it looks like they are clearing a space in the Ferrari garage for the race leader, Charles Leclerc, who is in absolute anguish as he comes into the pits. A loss of power, a race that was going absolutely splendidly for him, and he is out of the race.
I get out of the car.
Yeah, copy. Sorry about that.
It's okay. We'll come back stronger.
For sure.
I'm obviously disappointed as all the team is at the moment, but every point is important, and today, by the look of it, we'll lose quite a lot of points in the championship, so yeah, we cannot afford that too many times during a season.
Box and pit confirm, Max. Box, pit confirm. Strat 12 in pit lane. Focus on your marks.
Verstappen now makes his second stop of the race.
And that will help him undercut Russell, won't it? So they've gone first, and that will surely play into Verstappen's hands to get him ahead of the Mercedes.
So it's soft tyres that have gone on for Max Verstappen. Soft tyres to the end of the race, 37 laps. Well, it'll help the undercut now, but will Mercedes think, well, actually, we could do this on a two-stopper, and we could keep this lead or try and win this race with some clever strategy.
Russell is boxing, Max. Russell is pitting.
And George Russell pits, so he's not going to get the chance to go round Max Verstappen. Mercedes left it till right at the last moment before they could bring George Russell in and, well, basically avoid any unnecessary wheel-to-wheel action and give him his second pit stop.
So our strategy here is to have the tyre advantage we need in that final stint, Max.
Okay, you want a different strategy to Max? If he's quicker, we let him through.
That's very unfair, but okay.
Well, that's the instruction, isn't it? That you know, Max will pass you, Sergio, and don't make it difficult for him.
Okay, let Max through into turn 1. Let Max through into turn 1.
Oh, my DRS again.
Copy. I leave him by now.
Yeah, let him through.
Thank you, mate.
Yep, both of you bring it home from it.
In 2016, he celebrated for the first time as the youngest driver to lead a race, to take a podium and to win a race. Max Verstappen returns at the ripe old age of 24 here in Barcelona on this scorching hot Sunday afternoon. It has been very hot in the cockpit at times. The celebrations, though, will very much be welcomed by Max Verstappen and Red Bull as Verstappen wins the Spanish Grand Prix.
Wow. Sometimes you've got to do it the hard way. Well done, Max.
Not an easy start to the race, but we turned it around at the end. So, yeah, very good job also for the team. Really good result. And also thank you to Checo. He's a great teammate.
Well done, mate. Very sorry about that DRS today. I know we made life a bit difficult for you, but you had great pace and yeah, great recovery after that moment at turn 4. So great 1-2 for the team.
at the end, of course, very happy to win, and also very happy for Checo. You know, it was a great result for the team.
Max Verstappen wins for a 24th time and takes the lead of the championship. And a championship lead after the Australian Grand Prix was what, 46 points for Charles Leclerc? How quickly things have changed.